G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 7 of our Chaos Warlock playthrough. This episode comes off the back of killing Karoz, and I've been through and emptied my bags and such. And I'm going to show you something that I've been doing in between episodes unsuccessfully thus far. So each time I start a new episode, or most of the time, I come into Cronley's lair here, or Cronley's hideout, and I just run through this first section because these guys don't have the item I want. What I'm looking for is the Ascended Cask, which is the helmet with the Aether bonuses on it. And the reason why will become apparent if I can get one to drop, and if not, I'll explain at the end. But usually around here, well not usually, every time around here, you'll start running into the Aether boys. And the ones you want to be killing, not these, are these guys here, the Ascended. Now this guy looks like he's wearing the helmet that I want. We can get nice and close. Looks like he has that face mask with the green rim at the top. So he potentially has the helmet I want. Now he's probably not going to drop it, and he hasn't, and that's fine. But the ones you want to kill are the Ascended, and there are no other sources for this helmet in the entire game. There's no bosses, there's no bounty targets, there is only the Ascended. That's it. That's the only place you can get this helmet. And it has some nice bonuses for me, so I kind of want one. So I've done a few runs of this place, and they're very, very rare at this point. There it is. Okay, so we got one. I'm not going to bother continuing on from here, and also I already had one, so that's fun. The basic idea of these is the attack speed on Maven Sphere is not very useful, but +3 to Maven Sphere and also 15% armor, well, those are very useful. Now, this also comes with 20 to 30 or thereabouts Aether resistance on every single one of them, and both of these have a resistance prefix, so resistant is giving me poison and lightning, which is just poison resistance as far as I'm concerned. And this one is giving me a little bit of elemental. Now, it's low level, so prismatic is only 11%. However, I definitely like that more than I like the other one. And then the suffix on both of these is, I mean, it's effectively not even there. Same with the Aether damage, the physical damage, all that stuff. That doesn't matter. So, elemental resist is quite high at the moment, but if I take that off, suddenly it's not as high. So I'm going to use this one. And I did have this Ascended Diadem on for a little bit because that has so much resistance for this level. However, the bonus is to mirror, so that 35% crit damage, that only applies when mirror is active. And I use it as a panic button more than anything else. Or I just forget it exists, so I get very little bonus from that. So I'm going to swap in the Prismatic Ascended Cask, and now we get this cool little plated helmet look, which honestly is not that cool, let's be honest. And I haven't got any more levels, so let's just head back to Devil's Crossing, because I want my ectoplasm back from my helmet. The other thing I was going to point out, which I didn't actually get to that point, when you're fighting bosses, if you notice you're having trouble maintaining your energy or mana, what you want to do is you want to find one of their attacks that's kind of, and I hesitate to mention this, but you want to look for one that's kind of low damage. So for example, I was fighting Martin earlier. He's a big tanky boy, he's probably resistant to chaos, but I wasn't doing a whole lot of damage to him, and my energy bar was going down faster than his health bar was. But then I stopped trying to dodge thermite mines and stood in the thermite mines, which is a really, really bad idea because that's fire-resistant shredding as well. But my health bar wasn't moving even standing in it, and my energy bar started going up. And the reason for that is these soul shards absorb energy from enemy spells, and I think I had something else that also does that. May have been a devotion I was looking at, but at the very least, you have those two soul shards that are going to absorb energy from enemy spells. Now, like I said, I kind of hesitate to say this because standing in bad is one of the main things that I say will kill you, and it's because it's one of the main things that will kill you. So just be aware of that. If you're fighting low-level stuff, it's probably fine. There's a nice, nice double rare. Complete rubbish. It's garbage, but it is nice. And as long as we're here, you can actually search for double rare items. Just type in double at the top. There are a couple of weapons, like there's a double axe that'll show up, but most of the time you'll only see double rare items. But anyway, that's one way you can keep your energy up. Let's turn in a bunch of quests here. We did just get a Seal of the Blazing Inferno. We do shred a little bit of fire, so this isn't horrible, but I'm also not going to wear it. It doesn't really have any meaningful resistances on it. Okay, let's go ahead and progress the story a little bit. So we're going to head back to the Astrakhan Mountains Rift. And starting here, we can start to get some of the MIs from the Ascended, the mages that the Ethereals were taking over. We'll start seeing those showing up pretty much from this little room here onwards. Maybe a couple down there. And they have some, I think it's the Ascended Shoulders that I was interested in. I could be misremembering. That may have been a druid build I was looking at. I've been looking at a lot of builds today, so we shall see.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, this particular run through the Astrakhan Road is usually fairly boring. There's not a whole lot of stuff I stop for. Sometimes I'll stop for the totem if I see it. These little food camps on the map here, if you're interested in the story, the Trip South lore note series, there's 3 notes. If you just follow the road, you'll find them. It's a little bit dark. It's a lot of bit dark. I'd definitely recommend checking those out your first time through. Let's go ahead and kill my good friend Childred here. And we may as well kill his friends first. Okay. Of course he's summoning more, but that's fine. So my energy bar is going down faster than his health bar is. Which is fine because I have energy potions, and it doesn't matter. And then as soon as he dies, all of his friends should be dying. I don't know why these are still alive. They should be dead. One of the other things actually I forgot to point out is while I was doing my runs through Cronley's Lair, I also dropped this. And this is actually really good. So I need to swap that over at some point. Not now, but just next time I'm in town, I think I'll swap that over. Those resistances, can't talk today, are all capped. I guess piercing isn't, but, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. Let's just continue on. So every time you see one of those untouched meals, there is a lore note there. The lore notes are, like I said, really, really dark little story. And then at the third one here, notice this one, his name is Sylvie. That's all I'm gonna say. This cannibal here, the name is Sylvie. And we're gonna continue on. Okay, so this little castle here definitely has a whole bunch of Imperial mages that have been taken over, so the possessed apprentices, and hopefully we can get some of their MIs. Assuming I'm not misremembering and they're worthless for this build. Having said that, I think we killed them all and they didn't drop anything. That's a lot of stuff here on this bridge. Alright, we could also go and do the hidden path at this point. My pants, from memory, are not amazing. Not really. So we could go and do that. I'm also going to be on the lookout for, I think it's the Astral Wraps. No, it's not. I was just using those. Maybe it's the Swamp Dweller's leggings. One of them, anyway, has +2 or 3 to Maven Sphere. That's something I want to look out for. More points in Maven Sphere will just make us tankier, more survivable. Which is definitely something you want. Can I hit you from up here? No, of course not. But I know where he is now. So I'm going to take the long way just to go and kill him. He is a regenerator, so that's going to be fun. Should have more than enough damage to kill him. Here we go. Him and his friends. I'm basically going to point the beam at him. He died really quickly. Okay. I guess they ran out of chaos resistance for these guys. Alright, and in the Escan Valley here, there's a few things to point out. The first one is the devotion shrine that I can't actually remember the last time I did the quest for this devotion shrine. It's fairly rippy in normal, and you just don't need it. So you come out of normal, there's 49 devotion shrines in total in normal, and then there's, you know, however many in elite and ultimate. You don't ever need to do this, but if you want to fight Mogdrogan, that is where you would do it. I strongly advise against doing that in hardcore, but, you know, up to you. You do as you like. Let's kill these guys. I'll do the totem. Once you get to around level 35, you do want to start doing totems, because the relic recipes start dropping at 35. And the one we want is Haunt, which if we don't have it by the time we get there, we will be able to buy it from Hiram in the Steel Cap District. But if we can get it as a drop before we get there, that'd be ideal. Now I have just completely run out of mana, so I'm going to stand in the acid and just get a little bit of extra mana back. And I've got my potion now, so that's fine. That was a big bong. Bloodhound Greaves. Oh no, it was the double rare that dropped. Which are actually pretty good. So none of that damage on there is useful. So this is offensive ability, 2 resistances, and some stun duration. I'm going to pick that up, but I am actually going to sell those. I'm not going to wear them. Same for these boots. Don't need the resistances on there, so I'm going to sell those as well. Stonehide here could be good. Stonehide is going to be the armor, and I think all 3 of those resistances as well. But no, I think I'm just going to pick those up to sell. And we will be on our way. Now, one thing I have noticed with this playthrough is there's been a distinct lack of Doombolt procs on gears. Which is very surprising, because whenever I'm playing a build that doesn't do chaos damage, those things are everywhere. So I'm thinking maybe it's a level requirement thing, but I'm pretty sure it's level 35, so I should be seeing some of them. And they just haven't shown up. Okay, Guardsman's Breastplate. Let's go and eat those as well. And we're going to continue with our theme of get more damage by getting more damage. And all of that lightning is converted to vitality. So we'll just be doing chaos and vitality damage eventually. I think we will have some fire damage, at least for a while. I'm trying to remember how I converted the fire damage. I think it's the Black Flame set that does that at the end. So we may be using a little bit of fire damage right up to the end. Now, when we got to the Astakan Valley here, I mentioned there's a few things to point out. And this here is one of them. Hang on, let me just get the blueprint, the Rift Gate. So there's my Rift Gate. Now you are guaranteed 1 totem in this area. It's here every single time. We've already killed the first one, but it could be, if you follow this road up to about here, it could be about there, it could be here, or it could be on this little ledge here. You are guaranteed 1 of those. This is the other thing in the area that's interesting, aside from the Devotion Shrine. These ruins, if you need Chthonic Seals of Binding, this is the place to farm them. If you're playing any character and you need them, doesn't matter where you're up to in the story, if you can get here, this place drops them like candy. Of course, now that I've said that, we're not going to see any, but, oh, there's 1. There's 2. You get the idea. Now, I don't think I'm going to continue this because I'm not burning for them anymore. The bone that I was going to put on my helmet, I don't need it anymore. We're about to come into an area that's full of ethereals. So I'm going to pass on farming that, but that is the best place in the game to farm Chthonic Seals of Binding. So if you need them, go farm it there, unless you also need to farm Bloods for some reason, and in that case, go and do Logorian runs, because you'll get 2 or 3, maybe even a few more Blood of Chthon as well, and you can get Seals of Binding from there as well. Now, somewhere along here is a little secret area. Potentially, I'm in the wrong place in my head, but I'm pretty sure there's one over here somewhere. However, I'm mostly here for the devotion shrine there. If you're ever in an area like this and you think there might be something, you can just spin the camera and have a look. Now, I know there's nothing here, but you can do that. If you're wondering how I spun it back to the default setting so fast, number pad 2 followed by number pad 3 will spin it back to north top of the screen and fully zoomed out. See, he's getting healed. That's really annoying. So let's kill all the priests. Are they all dead? I think they are. Okay, we can probably work on him now. Being void touched, he most likely has some chaos resistance as well. That is a lot of life. How's the armor on that? 315. Can I afford to lose the resistances? Yes, I can. Okay. So let me grab this devotion shrine. And as long as we're here, got 1 point left. I am going to grab the turtle shell first. I really want the extra physical resistance here. The health and defensive ability help. But the earlier you get the procs, the higher level they'll be. Where are we going? We're going back to Devil's Crossing. And I'm getting my add-on back here. And I'm getting my add-on back here. And now I have to go and put the... actually, I'll melt that helmet as well. I'm not going to use this again for a while. Chaos Res. Actually, I will hang on to this for a little bit.
I'll give you a good price of what I've got left.
Not sure why I'm checking those. I'm never going to use them. I've got this one here. Alright, and I'll bank all this stuff. 1 point in physique. I should have put that in spirit, actually, but too late now. Also not the end of the world if you don't put it in spirit. And this is what I came over here for. Right. So now we run back. And I think the plan for today is probably finish Fort Ikon and everything sort of here-ish. And we'll see how we go with getting to the necropolis. It's just going to depend how long it takes. Let me see here. So we're up to 20 minutes. That's fine. Heaps of time. Okay, Soleil's Malice on boots. That sounds like something I want to have a look at. Second right, I think is this one, is it? Yeah, so melee stuff. I'm guessing this actually only has the Doombolt proc on maybe on weapons or specifically on shoulders or something like that. But I definitely want some Doombolt procs. The totems I was talking about, the last place it could be in this area is just here. There we go, I think everybody's dead now. And we can just run past the rest of these. Change of plans. Gotta kill this guy. I definitely remember the Aether version of this spell doing way more damage at this point in the game, but maybe I'm misremembering. Either way, it's fine. We're getting things killed, which is what matters. Alright, I'm going to drop a portal here. And last time I came through this area, I had a big confusion about how there was... You know, I was sure that there was a little secret area. And I checked the recordings afterwards, and you can actually see the secret area. It's just here. You could see it in the recording as well. There's hidden spoils. It comes through here. So this first little section here, I was right, I just couldn't find it. So just through here, and you'll get your hidden spoils. And as usual, there's nothing good in here, but you know, free hidden loot, it's good fun. Okay, so running through this area, I do like to leave a portal. I think I've already done that. And then we'll just go and get the Fort Ikon rift gate, and then we'll come back. So if you don't leave a portal, you have to run back, and that's not something anyone really wants to do. You can fight all this stuff as well if you want, obviously, but yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be fine, don't worry about it. Okay, we are definitely fighting this. Now I did just use the mirror, trying to use it offensively. Seemed like it worked alright. Okay. Here are some of the MIs I was talking about earlier. Specifically the Ascended Epaulets. It does look like I was looking at the Druid build earlier, and that's why I'm remembering these. Because it does have +3 to Primal Strike, and +3 to Iskandras. So I'm going to pick those up, but I will be selling those rather than using them. Because their armor is quite low. Alright, so we're at another rift gate. This one's going to be a fight rift gate, so we will obviously clear it out. Let's pick that up. And I'm going to turn the loot off now, because I know that this gets a little bit silly sometimes. Maybe on normal or veteran it'll be fine. Yep, here they come. So that... Oh, we run out of energy again. So that's fine. Energy is something that's going to be a problem for a little while. We will have a few more devotions that will help with that, and putting some more points in spirit will also help. Okay, what do we win? Nothing. So Flesh Warped Cask is decent. If you have a point, just put 1 in there. We're going to get this later anyway because we want the offensive ability. But if you want to use something like the Flesh Warped Cask, just put 1 point in Iskandras and you'll get that 6% OA and DA, which actually is a decent amount. And +3 to Overload is pretty good. Alright, let's go talk to some people and pick up some XP.
Prepare yourself.
No, you're the wrong person. Here we go. Okay. And I'm going to pick up this quest as well, because recovering the supplies is kind of easy money, easy XP. Alright, and we need the Rift Gate. So, Rift Gate, back to the portal that I dropped all the way back at the Tomb of the Archon, and we're going to go into the tomb. How rude. We're going to go into the tomb and collect our ashes for the Death's Vigil. So there are some enemies, monsters, whatever you wish to call them, in here that actually do a lot of damage, and it is... where are they? Okay, none of these, but basically the ones with yellow names you want to watch out for. There's... is it you? Yeah, the Blade Maidens here. These things hurt. The other thing you can do is, if you don't want to fight all this, you just walk away. So with Maven Sphere at this point in the game, we are relatively tanky. We also have pretty good armor. This is too much XP for me to just walk away from it. There we go. One of these has a Doom Bolt that they use. It's lightning damage, but it's basically Doom Bolt. And they can do a lot of damage very quickly. I think it's the Blade Maidens, but I could be wrong about that. You do want to be careful with these guys as well, because they can have items. So the Blade Maidens may be using a really nasty weapon. Void Fire, I see that. Okay, so firing chaos damage, and there's a Chaos Bolt on attack. Do I want this? I mean, yes. Yes, I do. Can I afford to use it, though, is the question. We are coming up into an area that does have bleeding damage, so I think I may use it for a little bit. And I'll probably have to swap back. Level 40, I was planning on looking at the Black Legion stuff, although I'm not sure I'll be able to actually buy it. So I think you need Respected to get that. Do we have Respected now? Black Legion, where do you... Black Legion, not quite. So I think we need Respected to use the Black Legion gear. But they have a... What is it? It's boots, and I want to say shoulders, but I can't actually remember exactly what it was. But they have some nice stuff anyway. Okay, enemies with slows, probably the most hated enemies in ARPGs. I haven't actually seen the proc go off yet, but I haven't really been paying attention. Let's see if I can get it. Nope. 10% chance. It should be going off a lot more often. I wonder if this is a case of this beam doesn't count as a hit or something, so we can't actually trigger it. Let's just chuck auto attack on here for a second. See if I can get one guy on his own. Or three. Three works. Okay, I saw a lightning bolt there. Problem is, this guy's called Stormbearer. So is that my proc? Or is that his proc? I don't know. I'm just going to claim that it was mine. And be on my way. I'm also going to put that back to move to. It's fine. I'm pretty sure that's working as intended. See, there's the lightning centered on me. So maybe it's not actually working. It's fine. We'll go back to the resistance boots. Though, to be fair, the harvest boots pretty much only have resistances going for them, so they're not great. Right, so there's a couple of things to do in this area, in addition to getting the ashes of the Archon. The first one is there's a devotion shrine hidden in the basement, in a double hidden area, which we are going to go and get. And you definitely need to respect the boss in there. I didn't, and nearly died for it. I think either the last time or the time before, as in the last character or the one before that. So definitely need to respect him. Okay, let's funnel them into this doorway, and then we'll just blow them up as they come through. Annihilation. Okay, so ideally, that's what I want on my... on this. I've got of the Abomination, which does technically give me that Arcane Blast, but that Arcane Blast is not very good. So I believe it triggers when hit. Yep, 30% chance when hit, so it's not ideal. Alright, so the two things we need to do are, one, go through this door up here. Just here. And then kill the boss. But two, we need to use this loose torch here to open this door. And then there's where we're going. But we're going to kill Malkadar, No, it's the fire dude, isn't it? What's his name? Archon Bartholem. Okay, so we're going to kill him first. And fire resist is more than fine. I'm feeling relatively confident that we can just kill him. Let's just try these boots again. Fire's still capped. Okay, here we go. So that fire is really good for my energy bar. It's probably not so great for my health bar though. That's alright, we are hitting him. He is dying, and it is faster than my energy bar is going down, I think. Maybe not. There we go, do that more often, please. Okay, health bar is kind of getting low. I'm going to use a healing potion if it hits half. And let's use the mirror in the meantime. And there we go. Nice and easy, kind of. Okay, like all humanoid enemies, he was wearing this. Which is not a big deal, but, you know, a little bit more health. And he was hitting me with this one. So Wraithbound is going to be, I thought it was damage, but apparently not. Yeah, it's not a bad weapon, actually. But that's alright, it's my weapon now. And I'm going to turn it into iron bits. So don't forget to loot his little section here. So before you go anywhere, another ectoplasm, very nice. And then we will go back inside, and we're going downstairs to get our devotion point. May also get level 39 here, that would be very nice. Okay, so the ghouls down here, they do a lot of bleeding damage. And they also, when they die, will leave a pool on the floor. That pool does bleeding damage as well. And then there's the ghosts, obviously. Grab some ectoplasms while you're here. So ghoul here dies pretty quickly. Maybe it's only the yellow ones that drop the blood on the floor. Yeah. So the corpse eaters. And we are now despised with the Arkovian undead, which, I mean, that's fine. So, you see here, bleeding. Hello. Never seen an enemy spawn in here before. So this is a hidden spoils chest here. As usual, you're never going to find anything good in here, but, you know, maybe. Maybe. There is a chance. You can see the totem just there. And you can see the devotion shrine as well. The devotion shrine is where the... I'm doing air quotes, so you can't see it, but air quotes with my left hand. The devotion shrine is where the boss of this area is. Do I get energy from standing in that? Maybe? I don't know if that counts as a spell. Okay, so here's Nacrothan. And if you go through this door-ish, he will attack you. And he does a meteor type attack. So if you don't kill him fast enough, make sure you don't get hit by that meteor attack. So watch me get hit by it now. So he is definitely going to have time to do it. There it is. Run away. So I stood in that last time or the time before I was here, and it definitely hurts. Let's see if we can kill him before I run out of energy. Should be doable. There he goes. Okay, so another piece of the Perdition set. I mean, technically it's the first one this character has found. These are quite good just for leveling items, even if you're not doing retaliation. Every piece comes with, I think it's 3 to 5% armor, but it's some percentage of increased armor. And then the 2 set piece bonus is another 10% armor. They all come with resistances. I'm pretty sure they all come with health. So when you're leveling, do hang on to any Perdition pieces you find, because you may want to wear them. As I said, even if you're not going to be actually doing retaliation, they can be quite good. Okay, there's the tortoise done, or the turtle. No, it is the tortoise and it's turtle shell. Yep. Next up, we're doing the lion. and then we're doing scales of Alkama. So this is going to be doing vitality and main hand weapon damage. Basically, this is more there for the reduced target's resistances than for anything else, but it will allow us to leech some life back. I'm going to leave that. I'm not scared, but I'm a little bit scared. We'll go turn some quests in now. This should be, I think, the last quest we're doing for Death's Vigil. Pretty sure the next one they send you into the swamps just to the east of Burridge. Which I guess we could do. There is a devotion shrine out there. Would also allow us to do the Outcast's first quest as well, so maybe. Oh, there's one more quest in here, that's right. Okay, let's get rid of all of these. I don't think I want this. I definitely don't want this. I kind of want these. The extra armor would be nice. The stun resist or duration resist would also be nice. Let's see how much health difference is. Oh yeah, big difference. Never mind. You can keep that one. Okay, so we're going to talk to the Keeper of Tomes here. She'll give us some XP. There's our level, and let's do the ritual now. We can't. We need honored or respected, whatever the next one is. Death's Vigil, where are you? There, it's order. Starts with O. Okay. Yeah, we need respected before we can do that. I think we also need respected to buy the +1 belt as well, which is going to be a recipe. Here it is. Yep. So we need to get that. I really want this belt. It's a level 35 belt, so we could be using it now. I think I'm just going to go and kill things until I can get it. What do they want me to kill? Is it just Kaimans? Ethereals or Kaimans? Okay. Right. That being the case, let's just spend more points in disintegration because, you know, we don't already have mana issues. And we'll get some points in spirit. The more points you have in here, you do get more energy regen. So getting some points in that would be good. If I could find some boots or something, I'm more than convinced that this Chaos Bolt is actually not triggering. But if I could find some gear with +2 spirit on it, that'd be great. Or even if I can craft that belt with some +2 spirit on it. Let's head to the Bloodgrove and we'll go do Fort Harren. Is it Harren? Let me see here. Yep, Fort Harren. We'll go do that. There's a bunch of Kaiman's idiots there. We can kill them. There's also these ethereals on the way. The other way we could do this is head back to the Warden's laboratory and just do a couple of Aether Crystal runs. You can never have enough Aether Crystals, and also killing ethereals will help. So we just got level 5 on the Voidfire proc here. Or Eldritch Fire, sorry. So we're up to -13 on Chaos and -9 on Fire. The more the merrier for that sort of stuff. Let's not go in there. And actually, I'm being silly. What are we about to go and do? We're about to go and do Fort Ikon. Inside of Fort Ikon. Who lives in Fort Ikon? That's right, a whole bunch of ethereals. So let's go and do that instead. I can look less silly now. Even though I just pointed it out. It's fine. Okay, Fort Ikon Armory. You definitely want to have decent Aether resistance in here. Which, 67 is enough. In a perfect world, I would go back to Isaiah Redden and see if he's got any Aether resistance potions, or maybe I have one in the stash, but my resistances are what I call good enough. And I kind of halfway expect to just kill Old Mate before he really does anything too dangerous. He'll probably get one set of meteors off, and that's it. So let's see if we can make that happen. If we can kill him before he gets more than one set of meteors off, I'll be happy. Damage is okay. Not amazing, but okay. I think I'm reflecting my own vitality decay back to myself there. Alright, and we'll just continue down the right-hand side here. This will spit us out in the area known as the supplies area. So this little chest here has a quest item we're here for. You can tell because there's a star on the map pointing to it. There we go, Legion supplies. And now you have a choice. Because if you give the supplies to the Legion, the Black Legion, which is what I'm going to do, you will lose reputation with Homestead. And if you give it to Homestead, you will lose reputation with Black Legion. And I strongly recommend doing everything you can to not lose reputation with the Black Legion. You definitely want to get your hands on the Black Legion's augments as soon as you can, and losing reputation with them is just going to delay that. That's also a pretty good argument for killing the Outcast instead of siding with her. Yes, you'll lose out on some XP, but you will gain some Black Legion reputation, which is definitely something you want. Alright, let's eat a few of these. Have a quick look at some of this gear. No rare affixes. Okay, +3 to possession, I think is this one, yeah. So these shoulders are actually kind of decent. Well, they would be if they didn't have that chaos to elemental damage conversion. So, I mean, really they're rubbish. Okay. Right, Lucius. Lucius does Aether damage, and he does a lot of Aether damage. And if you don't have max Aether resistance, or close to it, I would strongly recommend you to go and get yourself some more Aether resistance. However you want to do that is up to you. I could go back to town. I'm pretty sure I have an Aether resist potion in my inventory. I'm gonna risk it. There's no biscuit involved, I'm just gonna risk it. So first attack is gonna be that, the little Aether barrage. Second one's gonna be like a flamethrower. And after this he's going to do the meteors. So the meteors are going to sunder. So you definitely don't want to stand in them or get hit by them. And they also potentially can shotgun. Now I am going to stand in all this goop because it's giving me energy and I'm not really taking much in the way of damage. I think he's going to get a second set of meteors. Yep, there they are. That's fine, he's not going to get a third one. There we go. Hey mate, a hollow victory is still a victory. His main weapon here is actually really good. If you want to do any kind of melee damage that's Aether, this can be amazing. You can, I believe, get 100% Fizz to Aether conversion on this if you roll the right prefixes, or the right affixes, sorry. But regardless, it does come with an Aether damage proc on it, and it has Aether bias, so I think that Insanity is the Vitality damage stuff there, but you can get some really good weapons out of him if you're doing, I don't know, maybe you want to do an Aether Death Knight and you want to level with it. It's not great, but you can do it. Okay, we've got the explosives, we've got the supplies. Let's go do that thing where we blow the wall up, and then we'll go turn some stuff in. So, destroy barricade. There we go. Now, like I said, I'm going to give the supplies to the Black Legion. Up to you what you do. I would strongly recommend the Black Legion. But, yeah, not the end of the world if you don't. How did we do for the Order of Death's Vigil? 53. Okay. That's fine. Where do you need me? We'll head to the Necropolis. And yes, here they are. So, it actually doesn't show, but just trust me, bro. We just lost some reputation with Homestead. Not the end of the world, as I say. Alright, I do, however, want to go get a few more Aether Crystals, kill a handful of Ethereals. What level is this cap? 35, I think. 31, okay. So from level 40 to 42-ish, you're pretty much not going to get any Aether Crystals coming through here. So just keep that in mind. And once you're done here, or rather once you've reached level 42 and you're no longer getting crystals, the best place to get these is actually in Elite, right here. But if you don't have access to that yet, you may find that it can be a little difficult to get yourself some Aether Crystals, because no other area has quite this many. You can farm them, I guess, in the Necropolis. There is that Aether section there, but it's a lot more dangerous, and also a lot fewer crystals. But this is fine. I did see Death's Vigil Respected flash across the screen as well. So I'm going to get these last two, and then I'll be on my way. How are we doing for rovers? Rovers are... I mean, they're basically done. For 23 reputation, you can just go to Twin Falls and do the totem. You probably won't even need to do the totem. Every one of these little undead here is worth 1, so kill 20 undead. Done. There we go. Respected already. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a shopping trip here. So Old Arkovia, we'll go visit the rovers. They have a ring at level 40, which gives you chaos damage. I'm not going to recommend it, because rings is where I fix resistances. Speaking of which, what do you got? What do you got for me? Nothing. Nothing good, anyway. Tempest, Drangul, okay, none of that's any good. Weapons, I don't think I need any of these. Nope. Nope, that's fine. This guy. So with Respected from them, Mark of Mogdrogan is really good, but also very expensive. This is ridiculously expensive if you're crafting it. Having said that, it does give you some more regen stuff for your boots. That is a boot-only component. Spectre we don't really need yet. Vengeful Wraith we will need, so I am going to buy it now. Runestone is really good as a head component. You do more damage to ethereals, take less damage from them, assuming you need the resistances. I probably won't make one of those, but it is good to have. And then, I guess we could use the Rowari Cord. Doombolt proc, +1 to occultist skills. I want the Arcanist belt. Okay, next area that we are going to go and buy stuff in is in Homestead. Now, once you get to a certain point with the Death's Vigil, they should send a person to Homestead, so you don't have to go out there to buy stuff from them. Here he is. Keeper Poruk. And I'm going to buy a Devil's Cord? Death's Cord. Black Tallow is also really good. So Black Tallow is the Chaos version of the Aether Soul recipe I bought ages ago from Devil's Crossing. You will want to have this available. Maybe you don't use it, but if you ever need Chaos Res, 2 of these is an easy 32%, so definitely worth having those. Haunted Steel, Blessed Whetstone. These 3 I will probably need later for crafting relics and various other things. For right now, I'm happy to leave them unbought. And yeah, nothing here I want. Let's go make some belts. So much scrap metal. Alright, so I've got enough to make 9 of these. I think Blessed Steel, that was one of the ones I just didn't buy, wasn't it? Yeah. So we'll come back here. Blessed Steel. That one there. Does this need scrap? It doesn't, but it is going to burn through all of those lovely crystals I just farmed up. I think I'm going to make one of these belts. Just have a look at it. We'll see how bad it is. What do we want? Blessed steel. We'll make one of these for now. So 4 of those. Blessed steel. Boom. Oh. Well, I'll probably make a second one at some point. Okay, Death's Cord. So when you craft these, you get this item with all of those stats, and you get 1 prefix or 1 suffix. You're never going to get a resistant Devil's Cord or Death's Cord of Butchery. It'll either be resistant Devil's Cord, or it'll be Devil's Cord of Butchery, and it's Death's Cord. So we got Mighty, which is going to be the physique there. That's okay. It's okay. We got no resistances on this now, which is fine. I'm going to make one more. Since I accidentally made that extra silver there. I will make one more. 1 Blessed Steel. 1 Death's Cord. And our second one is of the Fox. So this one actually is better. Cunning and Spirit, definitely. I'm going to use that one. And we'll go get our component back as well. Okay, so we've got +1 on our belt. We've got our anti-venom back on our belt. Ideally, I want Haunt, which means I would have to go and do a bunch of totems or wait until we get to the city of Malmouth. I'm going to do some totems, I think, in between episodes, so I'll probably do, I don't know, maybe up to level 41, and then stop if I don't get it. But at this point, I'm going to call this episode done, so thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.